I am so happy to see you all here. This is what I've been dreaming of for a long time. So thank you, thank you. Senator Cory Booker quoted Langston Hughes in his speech at Ketanji Brown Jackson's confirmation hearings. This drew me to read more, and I came across this quote, which seems fitting right now. This is from Langston Hughes. There's a dream in the land, with its back against the wall. To save the dream for one, it must be saved for all. When I became VDP chair in November, we were riding high on the defeat of Donald Trump and all the xenophobic, misogynist, racist, self-centered, and conspiratorial thinking he represented. And we just elected our first woman and first BIPOC vice president and gained a 50-50 split in the Senate, which I agree. Sadly, it didn't take long to see that the paranoia and mistrust, harmful, backwards, America first, and exclusionary values, along with dismissing the climate crisis and COVID, ran deep and wide. They're taking their toll on Americans' freedoms, right to privacy, safety, and well-being in every sector of life. Not so much for me. I've got it easy. But very much for those who are BIPOC, LGBTQI+, aren't citizens, have disabilities, struggle with mental health or substance use issues, are houseless or living on the edge economically, which, taken together, means most Americans. We Vermonters are not immune to these forces, as everyone who has one of these qualities I just listed can tell you from lived experience. And we can readily find groups of Vermonters who are following the right-wing Republican playbook, including the leaders of the Vermont Republican Party. But I'm not going to dwell on that. I'm not here with a message of doom and gloom. I'm here with a message of hope and strength. All we have to do is look to Vermont's federal delegation and our Democratic statewide leaders and House and Senate caucuses. They are out front on so many vital issues, fighting the good fight and doing it with passion, vision, grit, and plain old hard work. We are so delighted to have Senator Ed Markey join us, who is long Senator Markey has long been one of the most effective voices in Congress. His impact is evident on transformative legislation regarding climate change, energy policy, telecommunications, immigrations, protecting the rights of all, and more. Thank you, Senator Markey. While the House and Senate have passed legislation and worked very, very hard at it this session that addresses many of Vermont's challenges and aims to make us a state where all feel welcome and all can thrive, I have time for only one issue today. And it won't surprise you, that is Prop 5. Vermont's proposed constitutional amendment guaranteeing reproductive liberty, which goes to the voters this November after nearly 4 years of hard work. Prop 5 is all the more critical in light of the terrible news that the U.S. Supreme Court is poised to overturn Roe v. Wade, denying women the basic constitutional rights regarding their own bodies that the decision enshrined almost 50 years ago. As I wrote in VDP's press release this week, the Supreme Court's alarming decision is a direct attack on the rights of women and is in line with the right-wing Republican agenda aimed at denying personal freedoms. While the Vermont Republican Party included aggressively anti-abortion language in its newly adopted platform, quote, "We value the sanctity of life from conception to natural death," the Vermont Democratic Party is laser focused on passing Prop 5 and on recruiting and supporting strong pro-choice candidates up and down the ballot. I have to tell you that this job has not been an exact walk in the park. There have been a few challenges here and there, but but I have been, thanks. I have been inspired and buoyed by so many of you since I took on this position. First, by my fellow officers who contributed in so many ways and are true partners. That's David Glidden, Vice Chair, Tafine Dean, Secretary, Deb Barrier, Treasurer, and Noah Detzer, Assistant Treasurer. They have been amazing. The Vermont Democratic Party Executive Committee is made up of some of the most committed, can-do, bright, and caring leaders in Vermont. And a bunch of you are here today, which is great to see. I've called on them as a group and many individually as I've made my way in this role. And they have unfailingly offered advice, support, warnings, and every kind of help, including with this dinner. So thank you. We have the best executive committee, and I am so grateful. The Vermont Democratic Party staff is all new and wonderful. David will introduce them. County and town Democratic leaders and active volunteers are the heart and soul of the Vermont Democratic Party. Yes, let's clap for them. So much of what matters happens locally, and you all do an incredible job with activating volunteers, bringing in new voices, organizing around key issues, and of course we are very much counting on you to be up and running for every single aspect of electing Democrats up and down the ballot. You are the Vermont Democratic Party, and we need you and appreciate you. We are here to celebrate the legacy of David Curtis and Philip Hoff, whose lives represented the best of our democratic vision and values. And we are here to celebrate all that we stand for and do as Democrats. It's truly inspiring, and I mean it, even if I hadn't written that. It is truly inspiring to be here with hundreds of Democrats throughout our state, knowing that each of you contributes to the good of the party and of Vermont. Thank you for coming and for all the work we are all going to do between now and November 8th. Did anyone notice that's exactly 6 months from tomorrow? We are going to make this incredibly, and ever more by the day it seems, exciting campaign season a major win for Democrats. So thank you, and I'll now turn it over to my partner, David Glidden.